Hey guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. In the drop-down menu on the YouTube video for the daily forecast, there is a whole bunch of information as to the decks I use, how you can best support the channel. If you choose to subscribe, please feel free to do so. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. And it always helps if you hit the thumbs up button, even if you don't subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, it helps my algorithm, I guess, with YouTube. This is the daily forecast for those of you, for all signs, for those of you that are tuning in. It is available to you whenever you're seeing it, basically, but it is originally created for May 20th, which would be a Thursday. But if you're seeing it on a date that's not May 20th, that's okay. There might still be information in here that may apply to your current situation. You have to figure out sort of where this information best fits in your life and use it accordingly. Always, use your highest and best intelligence when looking at any online video. But in my video description, there's stuff in there that I want you to think about when you're making decisions after having watched the video, so please check that out. This, like I said, this is a broad spectrum forecast intended for a lot of people, so I will speak in broad terms, but it just gives us an idea of kind of what's going on out there, what we can tap into, what we can make work for ourselves or be aware of to help, make for a more easeful and productive day. So let's see. It's basically sort of like your tarot weather forecast, and that's why the joke is I'm the spiritual meteorologist. Like I'm kind of looking at what's out there. What do the cards want us to know collectively as a group? Sorry, my dog is here. I have a bulldog puppy that's deciding he's going to eat the rug while we do this. Can you not do this? I brought your toy. Hey, no. That's a big fat no. You have a chew toy. Use that, please. I'm trying to get him in practice of being outside of the kennel in the mornings because I feel bad that, but he just gets into so much stuff. So let's see what this is, or what we've got. He's on the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius, so the poor thing, like he doesn't know which way is up. Let's see. 1 minute he can be all tender and loving, and then he, will be barking at you and screaming. All right, so let's see what the cards want us to know today. So our card for today is the Page of Pentacles. Interesting card for today, not the card I was expecting, although there are 78 cards, so I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but this is a rather slow-moving energy, just because it is Pentacles, which is earth-bound energy. It is the material. I would say that, we've been kind of flying high this week with some really beautiful cards. I feel like the message here today is to kind of bring our attention back to the self, and I mean the physical self, the actual even body. What is it that we need physically in our world right now? What is it that we need to sort of harbor, facilitate, mother or nurture within ourselves physically that we maybe have neglected or not paid attention to? We maybe don't understand. For some of you, this could be as simple as like the act of, and I'm visually seeing this in my mind's eye, just the simple act of going out for a walk today, right? Or doing some sort of small act for yourself physically that kind of brings about a feeling of well-being at a physical level. For some of you, this could be about beginning to take first steps towards producing more in your life of what it is that you want, right? Pages are always about sort of that new phase where we are about to take on the endeavor, or we're in the midst of taking on the endeavor, and we don't necessarily know exactly how and what we're doing, but we're learning as we go. That's sort of how I view page information. So to me, the Page of Pentacles here, if we're referencing ourselves, would be an opportunity for us to go about maybe some self-care at a very physical body level, or some money building, opportunity building, relationship building even. Like if there's some sort of small acts that we can begin to put into our relationships, this is now certainly a good time to do so. The reason why I say that is we have this field in the background. Do you see that field down there? I just was looking at that. It's sort of like he's sowing the seeds now for the long term. Pentacles energy is very much also that slow, productive energy, right? That slow, steady wins the race kind of energy. So we need to kind of look at things in a more methodical nature today, looking at things from this state of, okay, what I do now will affect, this down the road. How do I want this to affect it? How do I want to grow it in a more measured and analytical way, right? Or practical sort of way. Practical is a really good word for earth energy, right? For Pentacles energy. I think that we get to learn some stuff. So there's some excitement with the pages always. There's always like an exuberance and excitement and opportunity that comes with them, although we may not feel totally secure or reliant in a way. We're learning as we go. We're learning it in real time. So I like this. I like that he's pointed towards the future, which says to me that we are focusing on the future and what we can potentially create. We're beginning to believe in ourselves, I think, from the beautiful cards that we've had previous to this throughout this week. So I think that that's also enabled us to kind of bring some of that, we saw the temperance energy, the Six of Wands. We have that sort of acknowledgement going on and that peace within ourselves. Now we're actually ready to start to take steps in our physical world to begin to enact change or healing for ourselves. So I'm all for it. We have the Emperor underneath this. Heading into that Moon card, but I think this is more Emperor energy to me because he is so sort of, in my opinion, about intelligence, discernment, and taking right action. So underneath this page, we may be working on a facet or aspect of our life that is new to us, but with the intelligence and that sort of experience of the Emperor underneath, we need to not worry about what if I do the wrong thing? What if I make the wrong decision? You're not going to. This is about a process for you, about sort of growing into whatever it is that you want or desire or want to create for yourself. And again, I keep going back to the physicality of this. Some of you, this is about just taking care of your damn body. And I don't know who this is for, but maybe it's just for me. I'm not sure. But like today would be a great day to eat right. Like instead of having like crap food, pick something that feeds you nutritionally at a level that your body is seeking, right? There's a message in there today. It's almost like, to me, I feel like this page is kind of crying out, not crying out like in a bad way, but like asking, please honor me and I will honor you through growth, through opportunity, through learning or establishing new parameters around a relationship that we may have with our own bodies, our own physical bodies, or with, physical situations around us. So there is opportunity here, and I like it. I like it. I like it. So let's get with it and work it out. We have Rowan, which is protection. I don't know a lot about this berry, but I do like it. I love the word protection. I feel like there is a definite physicality with these two cards, especially when we're talking about the idea of protection. And then we see the Page of Pentacles here. We also have that Emperor underneath. So we're talking about looking at how do we better our situation, and for each one of you it's going to be a different situation, right? But how do we protect ourselves moving forward? Not protecting ourselves from necessarily harm, but I feel like this protection is more about shoring up our success. Does that make sense? Like enabling or protecting, investing in our success no matter what. The page is open to that, willing to learn that, open-minded enough to go after that, even if it requires sort of stretching themselves or learning something new or getting outside of their comfort zone. That's kind of the whole thing about the page, is that they're not as established as the knights or kings or queens. They're more flexible. There's more room for exposure, movement, change with them. So stay with that. And this idea of protection is that we are safe. We are grounded. We can utilize our own wit, intelligence, skill set, i.e. that Emperor energy that's underneath here with past experiences, to help temper whatever new experiences we are going through or creating, be it with our own physical our own relationship to our physical body or to goals around making money. When I look at this, or any sort of like opportunity, it doesn't have to just be about money, guys, but Pentacles always draws me towards money and careers and things like that. When I look at the red berries too, I have to say this harkens me back to that Emperor energy too, underneath of that red Aries fiery sort of determination that the Emperor would have, the expectation, the strong sort of willpower, all of that comes along with the Emperor. These little red berries almost feel like the seeds of that Emperor's experience, kind of seeding the journey of this Page of Pentacles. So we need to look, like, not live in our past, but look to our past and acknowledge our past from a standpoint of everything that we've been through has thus made us stronger, more intelligent, and wiser, preparing us for the new chapter or journey that's about to begin, or we're in this week, that we are sort of working towards or working on. I hope that makes sense. Let's go to the grounding stone. See what the grounding stone has to add. And the grounding stone is something that we want to ground in, a principle or thought that we want to ground in during this day while we're working with these energies to help make them sort of manifest on the physical plane. And this stone does not want to stay up. The word is strength. So there's something very much about, when I see this word strength, again, it takes me back to the physical body. It also takes me back to that sort of material realm that we see this Page of Pentacles being about, this Rowan being about protection. Strength and protection to me also indicate being in a position of, I feel like a position of power. And part of the reason why that is that we have that Emperor underneath this from the weekly. And for those of you that might be new to the channel, the weekly will show up in the bottom left-hand corner at the end of this video if you want to watch it to know what I'm referencing. But it's Sunday's reading, which shows the underpinning energy of what's happening throughout the week for us. And then we add upon it with each day's cards. So when I look at this, that Aries energy is that source of strength. That Aries energy is that source of protection, right? The seeds of that allow us to sort of take the risks involved, or encourage the learning that comes about in this Page of Pentacles. The sort of, I don't know that it's stretching of boundaries, but it's sort of changing our parameters, changing our perspective through this Page of Pentacles and how we see ourselves in our world, how we fit into our world, how we work within our world, how we, the very field that we see in the foreground of this card, how we sow the seeds of our experience. Right? Those things might be changing for us, but we certainly have the strength, the ability, and the awareness to go about creating that change for ourselves today. And remember, the stone also underneath all of this is miracle. So if things are shifting, allow them to shift, allow them to change, adapt with them in the moment, be open and flexible like the page would be willing to learn and see where this takes you today. Because I think that it is going to be opportune. You may not see the whole plan, but it's beginning to take fruition with this page here. I hope that makes sense. That is your forecast for the day. Please, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up sign. Share this video out with anybody that you feel that may need it, or any groups that you feel would enjoy it. And please hit subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And I hope that this forecast gives you inspiration to go out there, be strong, and know that you're capable of not only learning new things, but creating what you need. All right, take care. Bye-bye.